today we're going to talk about a topic that still carries a lot of weight, disappointment, and some have even lost trust in the government because of this activity. Cashgate scandal in Malawi. What is Cashgate? How did it happen? And who were involved? In this episode, that's what we are going to discuss. So without further ado, let's dive in. So Cashgate was not just a scandal, it was the moment when the country looked into its systems and realized how much they had been compromised and how much they lack in terms of financial security. So this activity came to light in September 2013 at Capitol Hill, with the very center of government, the core of government. What began as small suspicion quickly turned into the biggest corruption scandal in Malawi's history. So Cashgate started quietly. An accounts assistant, a junior government employee that is, was found with huge amounts of cash that could never be explained by his salary. Then something even more disturbing happened. The director of the budget, Pompeo, was shot outside his home. He survived, but the message was clear. Someone was afraid of what he knew. So from that moment, investigators began to dig deeper, and what they uncovered was shocking. Government money was being stolen. Not through robbery, but through paperwork, through computers, through a system that was supposed to protect public funds. That system was called IFMIS, the Integrated Financial Management Information System. Every government payment passed through it, every supplier, every ministry. So in theory, this system, the IFMIS, was designed to prevent corruption, but in reality, it depended on the honesty of the people operating it. And that's where everything went wrong. Some officials had the authority to create payment requests, others had the power to approve them. So instead of protecting public money, they worked together. Facilitate the stealing process, fake companies were created, or real companies were used as cover. Invoices were prepared for fuel that was never delivered, for equipment that never arrived, for services that were never provided. These invoices were entered into IFMIS as if they were genuine government expenses. Once inside the system, everything looked legitimate. Worse still, approvals were lashed, checks were ignored, sometimes the same payments were processed twice or even more. So money was released from government accounts into private bank accounts, and almost immediately it was withdrawn or feigned in cash. Large amounts, sometimes on the same day. That cash was then shared among those involved, hidden in houses and vehicles, or moved quickly to elude the trail. So because monitoring was weak, the theft continued for months, and because many people were involved, no one wanted to speak out about it. So the system trusted insiders, but the insiders betrayed that trust. The hospitals, schools, laws, the money meant for all that was just disappearing. Auditors later confirmed that at least $32 million was stolen in just 6 months. That's billions of kwacha, and many believe that real amount was even far higher. This was not one person, it was not a mistake, it was a network. Civil servants, accountants, contractors, business people inside the system working together. Some were arrested, some were convicted, some went to prison, but the damage had already been done. As you already know that Malawi's economy depends on international donors. When they discovered the scale of the theft, they froze their support. And that support made up nearly 40% of Malawi's national budget. Aid stopped, projects stalled, hospitals struggled, ordinary Malawians paid the price. So Cashgate happened during the presidency of Joyce Banda, although she denied personal involvement, but the scandal shattered public trust and changed the country's political direction. Even today, Cashgate has not completely ended. A full investigation showed that Cashgate started in 2009, and for the period ending 2014, the amounts involved were $356 million. Courts are still handling these cases. Some assets have been recovered, but much of the money is gone forever. Peace.